Well, I've got my rod and I've got my bait. All I've got to do is sit here and wait for the big fish to come my way, even if it's gonna take all day. Here, fishy, 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 here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, 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 here, fishy, 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 fishing off the pier.
Hey, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. I defeated OBS. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's been doing this new fun thing. Uh where it gets mad and is like, I'm not gonna work actually. Your graphic card, no, I don't like it. Nothing's changed. Nothing changes. But it's just like suddenly like, something's wrong and I'm not going to boot up. But luckily, restarting the whole computer seems to fix it. And I let it finally do the update it's been screaming at me about for, like, ages. So hopefully between those two things, we won't have any issues. At least for a little bit of time. Also, welcome, Art Nerd. As well as Zombie. Congratulations, Art Nerd, on being the first. Even if you are streaking. Alrighty, I'm excited for today, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little nervous because I don't know what this is gonna be like, and I probably should have planned it out a little better, but I didn't. We'll just see how it goes. Because I know what I want to do in general with world building, but it's like basically starting from scratch. Didn't say I was streaking. Ooh. You staying? Sticking around? I feel like when it comes to my story, I've been kind of in my head way too long. It's just been in my head and only my head for way too long. So at this point, it's like, honestly, world building on stream is almost better because then I can get some feedback from y'all if you think something's an awful idea, a terrible awful idea, or just if something's a good idea. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense to me, or it does make sense. I don't know. Might be sticking around. Awesome, awesome. And if you can't, that's fine, obviously. We'll be fine. We'll drift through the space of thoughts. Exactly, exactly. So, I mean, I'm gonna warn y'all, it might be a little bit of just, like, me staring into space, trying to remember a word, because when I'm brainstorming on my own, a lot of the times, I'm just fighting to come up with a word. that exists, a word that exists, just a word I cannot remember for the life of me. I'm also hoping that, because I'm typing, I know my keyboard goes through my mic, but I'm going to move my mic. But just let me know if the sound's a little weird. There's only so much I can do with that. I have a very clicky-clacky keyboard, so unfortunately there's not a lot I can do with that, but I'm going to move the mic away from the keyboard, and hopefully that will be far enough that it's not, like, annoying. Hopefully. This is assuming I will type a lot. So I didn't plan too much for today because I worried that, like, planning would make it too much. Also, congratulations on the 15 stream streak, nerd. Oh, you're streaking. Keyboard ASMR too. Okay, well, if you like that, I don't know that it'll come through. I don't have a mic designed for that, so I don't know that that'll sound really good, but yeah. I didn't want to, like, get too anxious about the whole thing, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with what I can go with. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I want to do is in my head. It's just not written down anywhere, and so if I try to... I have a really bad memory, as y'all have probably figured out very quickly. So I really need a good reference so that when I'm writing I can go, hey, what was the name of that thing? Or hey, what were the rules for this? And that'll just make my writing a whole lot easier. I do it a lot with D&D, and it makes my life so much better. So I'm trying that approach with actual writing. hopefully it'll be good. I put this under art, though. One, because I feel like that is the most appropriate category for this, technically. And it's not really just chatting, technically. And the other thing is that I'll probably pop up some... I may be drawing a little bit, too, because that's kind of how my brain works, is to draw stuff out, even if it's not, like, going to go anywhere. It's just drawing and sketching some stuff out. So we'll work with that. Or I know there's maps I want to draw at some point, but I don't know that'll be today. Working on a commission. Ooh, that's awesome. Feel free to share. You just have to let me know. I'm not really good at looking at Discord, only because... or during stream, only because I get constant alerts from the bot, so I just kind of assume that the Discord notification is the bot, not y'all. So you just need to tell me if I should be looking at Discord. Yeah, what up? What's your commission of? Someone's OC in a specific shirt that they wanted to see them in. That is so vague. Oh boy. $30, nice. One day I will make money off art. Maybe. Maybe. I gotta open commissions first. Ooh, that's work. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna kind of go until I'm tired, or 10 o'clock, whichever comes first. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. It's going to disappear immediately. I already have plans for it. I know, you're, like, addicted to Etsy. Alright, let's hop on over here. Alrighty. The mess that is my Obsidian file right now. Don't worry too much about it. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a work in progress. And I will say I will not be clicking on this folder at any point in time. Throughout. Just, you know, I gotta have some secrets. Hey, Etsy was second option for the money. But it was an option. Wasn't it? Wasn't it an option? Alrighty. Okay, so what I've been working on most recently is kind of piecing together the clans of the main two worlds. So I'm going to start with Skatus, which is the Realm of Shadows. And I've been kind of yapping to Art Nerd about this a little bit, so she already knows some of this stuff. But when I originally wrote it, I had a bunch of randomly chosen clans with different, animals associated with them, but it didn't really make any sense. There wasn't a rhyme or reason to it, so I was trying to put more reasoning into it. And because it's always going to be in balance with the realm of Starlight, I kind of had to work with them at the same time. All right, so I've got 7 clans. It was originally 7, then I changed it to 8. Art Nerd reminded me. I changed it to 8, and now I've changed it back to 7. I don't remember why I changed it. I don't remember. I'm sure it was important, but I don't remember. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I need to reread my writing, honestly. That's part of the problem. But yeah, so it's basically canines and felines over here. I know hyenas are technically not canines, but they're a nice branch between canine and feline. And this area is kind of where the two realms connect. So it actually works really well. Also, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so it kind of represents different properties of the shadows and then their different types of magic, which I mentioned Monday a little bit, since Zombie, you requested that lore drop. So the different types of shadows magic I mentioned were creation, illusion, and destruction. And so each of the kind of properties there that they represent is there. And then that's my kind of explanation, so it makes a little bit of sense. And then Asteran is our realm of Starlight, so they have their own little properties which match with creation, mutation, and healing, the 3 types of Starlight magic, and then my reasoning for that. So that's kind of what I've been working on. This was like the rough, this was even rougher, so just been working on that mainly, I think. But I think I want to work with just editing. I have like physical in real life notes that I need to get on here, as well as some like really bad maths. Like, to give you an idea, some of this stuff is from when I was like a teenager. It's ancient stuff that I need to rewrite and remake because it doesn't make any sense because it was written by a teenager. But that's okay. Teenage me didn't make any sense. Adult me doesn't make any sense either, but it's fine. Okay. Heck yeah, ancient lore, exactly. Ancient lore and ancient drawings. Probably at some point, I'm thinking I'll take a picture of the original stuff I sketched out and then try to edit it. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't prepare in any way, shape, or form. So I don't have the resources to do that right now. That's fine. All right, let me move the mic. Mute it first before I move it. Okay. Hopefully you're not going to get too many annoying clicky clacks, but you might now get the mouse, so it's a lose-lose situation. All right, let's take off the pretty formatting here, because I gotta actually type. Okay, so Skatus, its magic is shadows. Let's have a section that's kind of talking about its magic. Let's do that. Don't worry, Teenage Me didn't make any sense either. Is Obsidian in Markdown? I think for the most part. I know it does like several different. It also works with oh gosh, I can't remember. It starts with a J, I think. What is it? JavaScript, that's what it was. So JavaScript, C++. But yeah, that's mainly what we're working with. for that. So the one that I have, because mine's an adjusted one that has assets on it and everything, is actually to kind of make it look like the D&D Wikipedia stuff. And honestly, I've worked with it so much that it looks wrong to work on it in the base format. But there's lots of ways you could make it look. Also, it's nice because it's in dark mode, so it doesn't hurt my eyes. Alright, see. Might consider using this. Probably would be a good way to brush up on my markdown and have some better organized notes if I don't make it crash. I haven't had it crash at all, honestly. It's been really nice. I've got several things. It's the one I was using for the goals as well. I use it for D&D, so it's holding a lot of stuff in it. I just followed a bunch of tutorials to set it up in the way that it's set up now, and now I'm not going back. It's nice. Eventually, I think I want to pull all my stuff from like Google Docs and stuff, and just have it here in Obsidian. To look up words. Thesaurus.com. I'll make it multiple words. Maybe that'll make sense. Not healing. Oops. Nope, not healing. You do not get that one. Can't spell. Did I miss anything big? I had to disappear for a hot minute. I don't think so. Just been kind of putting all these things into words. Just getting started. Exactly. Oh, that scared me. What are you doing, Ren? Good grief. Oh, so loud compared to the music. Turn the music up a little bit. Especially because I'm not talking as much. Of course, Guardian Ren is here now. Oh, of course, of course. Alrighty. So each world has their own belief of how magic can and should be used, with various amounts of rigidity based off of what they think happened to Asteran, which I think I should also have over here. There we go. Okay. So, follow Asteran. Your star destroyed them, or is that a title? So the star is basically their god. They call the gods stars. Which reminds me, I need new names for them. I don't like the original ones I had. They were placeholders, and now they need to be replaced. I need some good names. Da, 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 da. Oh, right, I forgot you said that. No problem. I know it can be confusing. Yeah, I'll come back to that later. Okay, we're gonna change Lotor. All of these were based off their Latin names, and I think I'm gonna keep that, to be honest. I don't mind that one. I just gotta change them because it's no longer raccoon based. Let's see. Just go over here and rename it here because why not? Okay, so the Latin name for Tanuki, which is what it's based off of now, is this. I'm not trying to jump too far, obviously, like Loop and Latran are not going too far from their original names. So let's just close Astron for now. Maybe Nectar? So then it kind of, you know, it's around the same vibes as Lotor. I do like Lotor. It was Lotor. It was a fun name, but it must go. Okay, Vulpin is staying. Fox is still a thing. Hyena is staying. Hyena is still a thing. Okay, what two do we have left? We have the painted dog. And the jackal. Painted dogs, jackals. Oh boy. Start with jackal. Jackals, Latin name. Depends on what subspecies you got. But if we're not doing subspecies, which I tend not to. Why are they all loop? Lupulella. Which kind of sounds like a teensy tiny wolf, which kind of is what they are. If we want species, there's the Mesomellas, the Augusta. The golden jackal, though, it's different. It's just Canis aureus. I didn't know that. Canis aureus. Aren't you special? Small lupus. I'll do the Canis aureus then. Because we've already got Canis lupus, Canis latrans. Fox is their own thing. Tanuki is their own thing. Hyena is their own thing. Unfortunately, this just makes me think of bacteria, so... also doesn't look like a real name. Oris? Which gives you the vibes of Canis Oris, but it's not spelled like that. Oris reminds me of both Aura and Aurora, I guess because they both have the same root. Exactly. Because this is just, I mean, this one's Golden Jackal, so, you know, they keep giving them, like, Aurum. which is the Latin for gold. And we just name everything gold. Gold dog. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Oris. I'll brainstorm what their plan is kind of like. Create this file. Go back. Bye-bye, Bat friends. I know, that's the saddest part. I wanted to keep Bat, but I didn't think I could get away with it. Everyone else is a dog. Doesn't make any sense. So painted dog, jackal we get, and painted dog. Just get rid of me for a second. Alright, here we go. Okay, so your Latin name is Lycaon Pictus. Head pat, pit pot, 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 pot. Welcome, Mountain Lou. Thank you for the head pats. Always a chance to have a creature with bat wings. So this is not limiting what creatures there are. There are definitely bat furries, essentially, Vermalia, in the story, just not a clan. So really, we're not losing anything. We're just missing the vibes. And I like the name Droba, though. Anyway, so they just don't have large societies, just small settlements here and there. For the most part, in Skatus, yeah. They're kind of split up between the 7 clans, and they all have their own little thing, but they're not highly developed. Some realms are, some realms aren't. Skatus is very underdeveloped. Pikachu. Pika? 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 Yes, that's fine. We'll go with that. Or based off of both names, so you just get the whole thing. You know what? Yeah, actually, that works. Okay. That's good. Let's go with. Hmm. Yeah, that's basically like that. Make a note here. Put that. Where did I put that word? There it is. No, not stray. I'll come back to it. Made no sense for me to copy that. I'm just gonna move it over there. There we go. Oh, I had a note of this somewhere. Where did I put it? Make sure this was written down. I always mix it up. There we go. Is that... That was such a delay. Is that low? It's gone again. I might be contradicting myself. Hold on, I have to consult the ancient texts. What I wrote years ago. No peeking now. You can't see. This happened at the beginning. I can find it. Blah, 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 blah. I can't remember. Bit confused by the difference between clanless and dead. Give me just a second. Whoops. I'm typing things and I'm not supposed to be. I'm just trying to double check what I wrote before. You know what? I'm gonna say this is true, and then if I read my writing later and I'm like, oh, well, that's not it, then I'll just fix it. Okay. Oh, you know what? It doesn't happen at that point. It happens at, happens with Zane. Now I remember. I was thinking what I wrote happened with Avery. It happens with Zane. Double checking things. Whippity bop. Oh gosh, that happens at the end, though. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah. Blah blah, Avery, blah 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 blah. Here we go. Okay, it's a little bit more, because they don't really have a. There we go. That's more correct. Let me go back to nebulae real quick. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. Okay, so the basic idea is there's three main classes of people or things. I don't know. Anyway, it's hard because you got humans and Familia. But anyway, humans and Familia, essentially same thing, only one looks like a furry. Both of them have a body, which has a heart, and a soul, which produces magic. That's the key thing, is they have a soul that produces magic. Whereas Tellurians are quote-unquote regular animals. They're not furries. They're just regular animals. They have a body, they have a soul, but their soul doesn't produce magic. And that's kind of gives them beingness, I guess, in my world, if that makes sense. And the nebulae are more these like spirit-like things. So they are just souls. They don't naturally have a body, but they can form one if they want to. They can have a physical form if they so desire, if they want to like interact with physical beings at any point. But it does make them more vulnerable in that form. So sometimes they tend not to be in that form, just to be less vulnerable. So they have no body, just a magic producing soul. So clanless is a thing that does not happen naturally. This is not a good thing to have, or to happen to someone. This is something went terribly wrong, or you were terribly punished for something. So a human or Familia, because this can't happen to a nebulae, since they, well, it could happen technically to a nebulae, but it'd be very, very complicated. It'd be easier to kill them a different way. It's not really going to happen to a nebulae. And it can't happen to a Tellurian because they don't have magic. So the soul that they have produces magic. And it's essentially like, I describe it as like connected by like these strings almost, that can be sensed by somebody else's magic. And so if those quote unquote strings are severed, that soul and the magic are essentially cut from each other. So the part that's making them is essentially gone. It basically turns them into a Tellurian, which have souls that don't produce magic. So they act like a Tellurian. So think this like a person that's basically gone mad, essentially. And because they're not them anymore, they're just animals, essentially. They don't get to go to heaven, basically. Their version of heaven. The great beyond. Whereas if you want to kill somebody, humans, Familia, and Tellurians, because they have physical bodies, the way to kill them is to, I mean, you can like kill them like regularly, or if you want to fancy kill them, you separate the soul from the heart, but essentially that happens during a dying process anyway. But you could also specifically aim for the connection, and again, it's kind of like strings where the soul is connected to the heart, and so you can specifically sever those, and that'll kill them pretty darn fat. You could also stab them. That's also an option. And when they die, their soul will disconnect from the heart naturally, and then they get to go to star heaven. So there's that. Nebulae, because they don't have a physical body, the only way to really kill them is to get them while they're in a physical form, or somehow snatch their soul, which is even harder. And corrupt it. So you have to have like a corrupt, or you have to have a curse of some sort and like corrupt their soul and their magic. And that would kill them. Otherwise, they're basically, I mean, they're already souls, so You got the magic that's connected to the soul, and the soul is connected to the heart. Yes. And the heart bone is connected to the, yes, that's essentially what's happening. Do you see the Kingdom Hearts influence that's going on? But yeah, you got three main connecting things. So that's why I say, like, the magic really is a defining property of the person themselves, because if you cut that magic from the soul, uh, they're gone. Gotcha. No, because I've never played Cage. Play Cage. So the main character has Kyrie inside her. Him. The main character of Kingdom Hearts has Kyrie inside him. There is nobody inside Avery. This is false. Dang. No. I can't say the same for Zane. They put bugs in him. You got it. See, you know Kingdom Hearts. It's Riku. They put bugs in him. What? You got it. That's it. I just need these two because I know it is confusing. I get these two mixed up sometimes, and I need them like written down to be like, okay, which way did I say was the way they die? Well, the heart is the important part for killing. It's Zane. They put bugs in him. What? Yeah, I believe it. I believe Zane has bugs in him. Okay. We'll go back to that later. That's species. That's all I got on Burzan, so I feel like... Okay, first of all, I don't like your name. I don't like your name, and we need to change it. Okay, alright. So it's a... I'm essentially imagining like a Grim, like those black dogs. In fact, my PC is dying. No! Oh no! Don't die! How goes the Worldbuilding? I gotta brainstorm a name. The hardest part. This might take a while. Let's see if I can... Me. See if there's some famous black dogs, then I can... come up with some ideas. I have things to tell you, but I don't want to ruin the thought flow. Is now a bad time. No, it's fine. Go ahead. The thought flow is currently let me Wikipedia black dogs to get some ideas. I can never do this, to be honest. My brain would be mushed after like 5 minutes. Who's to say mine isn't? Let's be honest. Got my silly little My Amazing Digital Academia mystery figurines. Ooh, who'd you get? Who did you get? Most importantly, I got Gangle and Zooble, my beloveds. Oh, awesome. That's great. Gangle and Zooble. Such good friends. Great friends. Fantastic friends. Also got Jax, Ragatha, Pomni, and Kane. Oh, awesome. Wait a minute. You're missing the most important character. Disappearing guy. Coming. Last one came down between either Kinger or Daddy Bubble, which is tragic. I know, that is tragic. Got Kinger, awesome. Do love Kinger. But no Daddy Bubble. That's very sad. I didn't know they had one for Bubble. Usually I forget about him. Secret one was just abstraction. It usually is. It's actually Bubble's sun and moon. Oh, I see. Couldn't have Bubble by himself. Couldn't go without Kinger, obviously. I'm happy though, as long as I have my favorite lesbians. I'm happy. That's gotta be canon at this point, right? Right? Well, you know, I heard there's no actual ships, which means you have free say to ship whoever you want. I mean, anyone with eyes knows what was happening on the screen. So, come on, they held hands. Exactly, they held hands. They held hands. That's practically married. Premarital handholding doesn't happen, and we all know this. They're a bunch of sinners. They held hand and Zuba won sex. I mean, that could be completely unrelated. There is a point. I don't know that I like the B. To be honest, I was hoping to hold off on either Ragatha or Jax, which were literally the first two I opened. Man, I could just buy Daddy Bubble, I'm pretty sure. That's fair, that's fair. Why would Zubul bring it up right then, after they and Gangle had been connecting? I mean, it did sound to me like this was a conversation that had been happening multiple times, but yeah, it's suspicious. It's suspicious. It's a little interesting. Hmm. So a lot of them don't have names, which is very unfortunate. I guess most creatures wouldn't have a name. I don't know how allosexuals work. This is true. They're canon. I don't care what the writers say. They're wrong. That's what fanfiction's for. What's allosexual? Let me look it up. Educate yourself. I wonder if that's a sound. Hold on, I've been distracted, which normally happens when I'm brainstorming. Sound alerts. I'm going in. I didn't know there was a name for that. There's a name for everything if you look hard enough. Let's see. I just realized I'm not going to hear this. Let's switch this over. I'm pausing the music for half a second. I want to hear this. That was really loud. Okay. It's not the sound I wanted. So, can't confirm they don't have that sound. Very sad. Ripperonis. The inner mechanisms of their minds are an enigma. You can do my naming strat, which is typing random letters until something looks good. Yeah, that's the strategy, mainly. Maybe don't do that, because my names won't be as unique. Just ask Kane, he has the silly name generator. Oh, of course, I'll just, Perfect. So we got... Okay, so these were names for, like, the... I'm not calling it that. One of them called it a trash. That's so rude. Why would you do that? Poor dog. I like Padfoot. That's such a fun little name. Padfoot. That's a warrior cat's name. Just have one out of place name, like Jim. I'm sure I have some out of place names. I have been writing this for years, so there's no getting out of it. Brutus? Does it give god vibes? Going with a god. I know, we'll just put it into Latin. That makes everything godlike, right? Latin translator. Hmm. Maybe something more star-like, because they're supposed to be stars. Or where? Totally ruined his own name. I'm just Latin translating. Um, hmm. How do you name a star? Gotten distracted, guys. Hmm. Wanted it to be related to stars, you could use quasar or blazar for a starting point. That's a good idea. Hmm. Name them after my favorite constellation. The furnace. Your favorite constellation is the furnace. You look it up. The furnace. It's okay. Constellations. The furnace. Here we go. That is just a quadrilateral. Who put a quadrilateral and said, ah, yes. Anyway, my favorite constellation is Garlath the Annihilator, and so, which is much cooler than a quadrilateral. Ancient people really be seeing rectangles and like, yes, giant fish. Exactly. 3 stars? That's a whole belt right there. You guys know that someday the North Star isn't going to be in the north? That's enough to make me cry. It won't be exactly north anymore, but don't worry, a different star will replace it. No, you're going to run out of stars, actually. They're all gone. That was all of them. I'm straight up just going to name it after a star. Names of stars. I think that'd be fun. Okay, what do y'all think about Alpha Eridani A? What are people going to say then? Look for the North Star and then go the opposite way? Really are, you liar. Did you hear they potentially found another biggest black hole? I still can't prove it, but they speculate it's huge. There's plenty of black holes. Plenty. You just can't see them. Oh my gosh. Nerd, I'm starting to think I know what's on your history on AO3. I'm very suspicious now, because this is always on your mind. Also, I must let you know that there is a star named Absolute No. Spelled like that. Absolute No. That's my kind of star. Hmm. Let's see here. This is a lot of stars, and they all start with A. I don't want to start with A. I forgot there's also the Triangulum constellation, which is a triangle. That's what I think of when I learn about the stars too. Stars are scary. The Omegaverse is everywhere. I can't escape it. Uh-huh. Excuses. Started with B. I'll just call it Batless. I think I'm leaning towards maybe ones that are in... Press the wrong button. Canis Major. Except all these names suck. Oh my gosh. Who named... What do y'all think about this for an... I don't even know how to pronounce that, dude. 3 points of the sky makes a triangle? Yes, the head of a snake. I'm not getting rid of Padfoot. I like Padfoot. It's a good name. Right up there with Nyanurganti. Ganity. Do it. Nerganity. Oh, the Nerganity. I mean, Sirius is right there, but, you know. I was trying not to go with the obvious one. Yeah. Wezen! I'm also gonna make another pile because I'm also gonna need to rename the Astrian one. Start putting some options down here while I'm looking at star names. The constellation Hercules has a star named Franz. This is very important. Sir Foog, the second. Hey Martin Foof, how's it going? Welcome to the chaos. I'm currently trying to think of a good name for the gods in my world. And it's going about as great as you would expect it to. Probably. Boost. Nice, nice. World building is always fun. It's fun until you have to put a name there. Oh gosh. Let's go with Forgot. Or got? Like you or got? Because he forgot his name. Uh... Forgot because it's Togro backwards. What do you think you're doing? World build your own characters. Hmm. Is that Russian? It'll lack him more of them. No. I did macaroni backwards. Just did it slightly. Sometimes the way to go is just spell a name backwards and adjust. I see, I see. Uh, Poof dab. Surely you cannot be Swearus. Needs you. That works. Swearus actually seems pretty cool. My brain is just reading it as serious, but in an ooh voice. So now we got Toop Dap and Sherbrick. Like Selberts. gives fire vibes. We don't want. Enjoy your lurking, nerd. I'll be here. You stir up the brain cells. Thank you for the headband, zombie. The name's always the hardest, right? You want it to sound a certain way. Okay, don't want to do that. My brain was like, fire, mirror fire or something. I don't know. Or Zirin? Hmm. Let's see it. Hmm. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Man, I wish I knew Latin. That sure would help me with naming things. I'm thinking only this part. At least to me, comes across more aquatic. I'm trying to give, like really strong. Hey, this is the star of like, darkness and shadows and things, and I think that's where I'm getting stuck. What if I just did that? What do we think about Tenebrious? That sounds Goddish. Sounds Greek because of that part. What do you think? Like the feel. I mean, they're kind of basic, but like, I mean, they give you the vibe that we're looking for here. Tenebris, Darkness, Stellaria, Starlight. Hmm. I think I'll stick with that. I might change my mind again. Who knows? Nice start anyway. Funnily, I was gonna suggest Silaria, so on a similar page. I like that name. I do. But it does. I feel like that one feels more male or non-binary to me, and she's female. Unfortunately, I like that name. Yeah, same vibes. A little on the nose, but that's okay. I think that works out. Okay, so Tenebrious, which means the whole book has to be edited because right now it says Marzan, but that's fine. Um, just boop the goddess of starlight. And there you go, endless light. Exactly. Man, if you look up the classification of dogs, it's so weird. It's so weird. That's evolution for you. Like, what do you mean there's a whole distinct sub-tribe that's just Americas? Also, what do you mean the maned wolf is in South America? I could have sworn that was an African one. But I guess not. I don't know anything. I'm a fake fan. There are also a million types of foxes. So many foxes. I just realized Dingo isn't here. Where's the dingo? Hang on. What are you? Oh, I guess you're technically a dog. I guess that makes sense. That's why you're not down here. It's me realizing I know cats much more than dogs. I can name like at least 7 felines, but like 3 canines that aren't just domesticated dogs. I'm opposite. And even then, I'm like, oh wow. I feel like things have been updated since I was last hyperfixated on dogs. Oh, I'm out. Oh no. That was my last little sip. Thank you, zombie. And my time's almost up anyway. That's okay. Sag, good name storming sesh. Alright. It happens. I figured it was gonna go something like that. Okay, originally, Stellaria was a golden land. Not like just a regular land. Just like the special line. Nemean line, that's what it's called. I think. I should have known that. I'm literally reading Percy. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. So I think I want to keep the golden fur impervious to damage sort of thing. But I gotta look up the evolutionary tree for felines because I definitely don't know it. Definitely don't know that. Oh, it's confusing. Okay, great. So there are lineages. They get lineages, whereas canines have tribes, which I think is funny. They have the Baycat lineage, the Caracal lineage, the Ocelot lineage, the Lynx lineage, the Puma, the Leopard cat, Domestic cat, and then there's a subfamily of just Panther. Congratulations, you are special. You are smart. You are somehow set apart. You are a miracle child. See, I don't know what came before Felidae. Heck yeah, ocelots. There's an ocelot I bring up at some point. Not sure if Art Nerd remembers the ocelot, but it shows up for half a second. Let's see here. Phalloida. Belliformia. Cat-like carnivores that may or may not be cats. Cool. So that's civets. I love civets. They're so cute. Right, civets? No, not civets. Linsangs. I'm learning new things. Right. Okay, so we have fossa, panther, hyena, because hyenas are technically off of this branch. The mongoose, the civet. There's the civets. And that's our branches. But I don't want to do the same thing that I did with Tenebrious. A cactus cat. I've been distracted again, guys. I'm so sorry. I was looking at mythological cats. There's a cactus cat, a legendary fearsome critter of the American Southwest. You guys have got to see this picture. Hold on. Where is my... stuff here? Hang on. Behold, the cactus cat. I love that. I didn't know about that one. Represents the spirit of the desert itself. The what? But Tenebrious, you try to use members that represent a common ancestor candidate, right? Yeah, just about. So I was going off of a little bit Cerberus inspirations and a little bit Grimm, like Church Grimm type of, or Black Dog inspiration, and then the parts of it, yeah, we got wolf, fox, and then basically that lineage that became like bear, weasel, that sort of thing. There's a second. I didn't even see that. There's a smaller one in the back. Who drew this? And why wasn't it me? Do you know Cactus Cat? These are the critters they don't talk about, you know. Mothman got so popular. What about Cactus Cat? That's so fun. Alright, you get to go in the corner again. For now. And goodbye. There we go. Is it also called a splinter cat, or is that something else? That's something else. There's a splinter cat. There's no picture. I'm so sorry. A nocturnal feline of great ferocity. It flies through the air with terrific speed, and when it hits a large tree, it knocks the branches off, withers the trunk, and leaves it standing like a silvery ghost. And it comes from the children's book 1974. The last of the really great Wangdoodles. Fantastic. Anyway, I was distracted by that. Let's see. What if for Stellaria you were to have her represent the prime feline? Other cats diverged, being inferior. What would be the prime feline? Because the problem is that the split has kind of included all of them. Where is my stuff? There you are. So I didn't go through all this, but we've got tiger, lion, jaguar, leopard, cheetah, serval, and caracal are all represented clans. Which I could just be like, yeah, there's not a lion one, I'll replace it with something else. But, like, that would be the same thing as me being like, oh, there's no wolf one, I'll replace it with something else. Like, there can be lion in Stellaria, but it shouldn't just be lion, because otherwise, you know, that clan is like, I'm better than you, blah, 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 blah. It's your opinion or whatever you want, you know. You want to be like God, but if you're not the same as God, you're inferior. Yeah, add some traits, I think. I think it should be golden. I think maybe wings? I don't know. Something about it gives me wings vibes. We could do like chimera-like, I guess. Perhaps that's how some from aliens feel. And they use that as moral superiority. Not really. Uh Not really. It's not really a topic I cover. Uh that sort of thing. You can't really, right? Because I mean, there are animals that also kind of look like that. The idea is that the gods are kind of like they're something beyond that. Pieces and parts will kind of look like them, but not the whole thing. Oh no, no, you're good. You're good. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much spitballing I've done to myself. I know there's a chimera in the story, which kind of represents the god. So maybe that's what we should do. We should do something chimera-like. But not entirely, right? I don't want it multiple heads because we've already done that. I love how one of the results is Chimera Kingdom Hearts. Google knows me. I'm not looking at that right now, though. No thank you, Google. What's the word? Okay, okay. Here's an idea. Let's bring this up real quick. Okay. Wait a minute. How are you doing all this typing from a controller? I'm really good. I'm just really good. Okay, so if we had like
Rudy, you gotta draw something!
yeah, I gotta draw something!
You gotta draw something right now! Rudy, this time you really gotta draw something! Rudy!
You gotta draw something! Okay, okay. Bear with me, I don't really draw cats. We got like I'm gonna do something real basic. You got the mane, right? It comes over. I should have had like where's a reference of Simba? Hang on. I'm pairing with you now. What? Keep holding. Keep holding my hand. They all have. Thanks, I hate it. Okay, line. So you got the... I'm gonna get it in a second. I have another reference somewhere. Where is it? I have too many tabs open. Very rough everything. Okay. Oh, I thought we were burying a cat. Bro cats. Grow that tail anymore. It'll end up a knot. Do it, make the tail a knot. It'll be silly. Snake is always trying to bite the head, but can't because it's been turned into a silly knot snake. Exactly. I'm thinking of getting rid of the dragon part. I think instead of the dragon part, because dragons are a different important part of the story. We just make that part the hoof part. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you get the point. And wings because I said so. Because I don't want to give those up. And then if we look at the types of cats. There we go. Okay, so servals have that kind of spotty appearance. Cheetah tail kind of in there. That's what I wanted to look at. The souls of the innocent. Got the lion. There's the tiger. You have different rosettes. I think the only thing left is serval and the caracal. Remember correctly, the caracal has the tufted ears, so we'll do that. for you. He's just kind of got spots. Circle's just kind of doing whatever he wants to do. But you get it. It's a different combination. Gonna head to bed, have an appointment early, and I've only gotten like 6 hours of sleep past 3 days. Ooh, gosh, yeah, go to bed. Very EP. Wait, I don't see. I don't know why I said that. Squirting in the moment, but looking back at it, I'm a fool, not her. Okay. I'm sure you are not stinky. Not like Ren. Have a good night, Mountain Lou. Get some good rest. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is my idea. Okay, we got different like colorations of the different tribes. You have wings as well, and the goat hoofs, and the snake, kind of representing that chimera thing. But then if you look at its face, it is just like blinding bright light, as if a star itself was placed in the center, which kind of balances out the darkness of Tenebrius, or Tenebrius. I can't decide how to say his name. I think that will work. Where is my stuff? There we go. Put you there. Let me put this into words. And what are they called on the Jaguars? They're called something specific, aren't they? The little dots they have. Jaguar. Rosette, that's the word I was looking for. think I'll make it furred. I know the original design was scaled, but I think I'm gonna make it furred. Mm. Mm. I'm gonna suggest a second type of cat head on the tail instead of snake. I don't know if you want to go with that. Snake fits too, with the whole slit iris thing that they share with cats. True, true. Hmm. It's a cat snake. Cat snake. Also known as a ferret. Slippery little things, those cat snakes. Okay, so that gets me golden wings. It brings in the Chimera thing, which then makes sense why Chimera comes in later on, kind of representing her. Okay. I'm pretty satisfied with that, honestly. Just gonna make a note. Uh, yeah, just some notes. Okay. Alright, and I'm pushing it on time. I'm actually gonna save this as kind of a doodle. Just gonna call it brainstorming doodles. That way I can come back to it. Okay. I think that's pretty darn good for today. I mean, not bad progress, honestly. We got the main 2 stars named, or renamed. We got their descriptions done, and then we put a little bit more info into Skatus, which I'm very happy with. I'm gonna try to prepare a little bit better if and when I do another world building, but I very much appreciate y'all hanging out and the encouragement, and honestly just like forcing me to work. Get some work done on this. But yeah, I think we made pretty good progress. Little steps at a time, and then eventually I'll be actually writing, which I will not stream, but y'all can bug me about it. Just be like, hey, any progress? You said you were gonna work on this. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to call it because it is pretty darn late. Let me switch this over. Again, thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you were able to get some work done, or just be able to chill, and enjoy some brainstorming time. Oh, like no one's on right now. That's a shame. Who should I raid? Let's find somebody to raid. We get it done, just gotta dedicate some time. Exactly. It's the holding myself accountable to actually doing that. Let's see. Trying to find somebody that hasn't been on for very long, so they won't immediately leave, but you know, I feel like people are up way later than I am. Does it look like they're finishing? Not I'm so bad at picking people to... You know what? I'm just gonna... You know what? They recommended this person. This little fox guy. I love the little fox guy. He's in a box. Get a book fox, I think? I don't know. Anyway. We'll raid them. I hope y'all have an awesome night. Here's the raid message if you would like to use that when we raid. Otherwise, we are going to be continuing Spiritfarer on Friday at 7:30. So I'm looking forward to that. We get to play some games, use a little less brain power or more brain power. We'll see. But yeah. And then probably some more art on Monday, but stream schedule will be out. But yeah, that's usual schedule anyway. But yeah, again, I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate the support a lot. Y'all have no idea. I need to be held accountable for things. But we'll get things done. We'll accomplish things. I even got some of the art study thumbnail done. It's not done yet, but I worked on the thumbnail a little bit yesterday, so we're making progress. Projects are gonna get done this year, I swear. Yeah. I'll see y'all on Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Bye! Scribbles Raid!